I'm going to say one thing. Trump.
Robert De Niro didn't just take a shot at Trump, he obliterated him with the most ruthless takedown yet. And trust me, this wasn't some watered down, politically correct jab. Nope. De Niro went all in raw, unfiltered, and straight for the jugular. And Trump's reaction, predictably explosive, furious, defensive, completely losing his mind.
The sooner he's out of office, the better for all of us. He's an idiot. He's just done something unspeakable.
We've all got friends and relatives in the U.S. and vice versa. Does this make any sense to you? No.
This isn't just some Hollywood tantrum. Oh no, this was a moment that set the internet ablaze, sent social media into a frenzy, and left Trump's supporters spiraling. The insults? Savage. The reaction? Even juicier. But the real kicker, the undeniable truth behind De Niro's words, that's what really hit hard. And trust me, you're gonna want to stick around because we're breaking down every juicy detail, the speech, the fallout, and why this moment has everyone talking. But first, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Robert De Niro strides up to the mic, dressed to kill, standing tall, oozing confidence. The crowd hushes, expecting the usual Hollywood fluff, maybe a shout out to his latest flick, a few polite words about the industry, something safe, something predictable. But within seconds, it's crystal clear. This isn't just another speech. This is a reckoning.
Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election?
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course. But democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary.
Are you
Excuse my French.
With an icy, unwavering voice, De Niro drops the bombshell, a verbal takedown so ruthless it sends shockwaves through the room. He's a con artist, a fraud, a disaster. I'd like to punch him in the face. Silence. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. A few nervous chuckles, some gasps, and then an eruption. Laughter, applause, cheers from people who've been waiting for someone, anyone, to say what's been on their minds, loud and unfiltered. But it's not just what he's saying, it's how he says it. Every word hits like a sledgehammer, packed with frustration, disbelief, and a raw personal fury. This isn't some carefully rehearsed Hollywood soundbite. This is a man who's had enough. The crowd feels it, some erupt in cheers, others sit stunned, eyes wide, phones shoot up, people are already recording, knowing full well this moment is about to explode online. Meanwhile, outside, Trump's supporters are losing their minds. The second De Niro's words hit the internet, MAGA world goes into a full-blown meltdown. The backlash? Inevitable. The outrage? Immediate. And as De Niro steps away from the mic, one burning question remains. How will Trump react? Trump, hear that? Oh, you know he did, and if there's one thing Trump can't do, it's let something like this slide. The moment De Niro's words hit the internet, you can picture it. Trump sitting on his gold-plated toilet, furiously rage typing one of his signature all-caps meltdowns on Truth Social. And what's his grand, devastating comeback? Low IQ Bobby. What, that's it? That's the best he's got? A lame, recycled insult that sounds more like a third grader's playground comeback than a response from a former president. No sharp rebuttal, no facts, just another half-baked nickname tossed into the digital void. But here's the twist. Instead of silencing De Niro, Trump's tantrum does the exact opposite. His rant becomes jet fuel for the story. Suddenly, every major news outlet is covering it. Social media goes nuclear. Memes flood the internet. Side-by-side clips of De Niro annihilating Trump rack up millions of views. Trump's meltdown doesn't kill the moment. It cements it in internet history. His supporters scrambled to defend him, throwing out the usual Hollywood elite argument. But it's too late. The more Trump lashes out, the more people re-watch De Niro's speech. The more he complains, the more his words spread. And here's the worst part, for Trump at least. This wasn't just a celebrity talking trash. De Niro said what millions of people were already thinking. Trump wanted to clap back. Instead, he proved De Niro right. And the internet? Oh, they're eating this up. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, absolute chaos. MAGA supporters are in full meltdown mode, desperately calling for a Goodfellas boycott, as if banning a 30-year-old movie will somehow erase De Niro's entire legacy. I'm never watching another Robert De Niro movie again, they scream. Oh, please, as if they weren't already watching The Irishman last week.
It makes me so fucking angry. That we're here talking about a piece of shit like Donald Trump. Hi, Philly, how are you?
Meanwhile, Trump's critics were having an absolute field day. Social media was on fire. Memes flooded every platform. Side-by-side comparisons of Trump's infamous orange-tinted scowl next to De Niro's legendary mobster glare spread like wildfire. One tweet summed it up perfectly. Robert De Niro just did what Congress couldn't, completely obliterate Trump. Another joked, if De Niro can do this in one speech, imagine the damage he could do with a full HBO special. And the best part? Trump's response only made things worse. His furious rant didn't silence De Niro, it turned into pure meme gold. One viral post mocked Trump calling De Niro low IQ Bobby while spelling ridiculous wrong. You literally can't make this up. And it wasn't just Twitter, late night hosts had a blast. News networks looped the clip on repeat. Even people who barely follow politics suddenly had something to say. Just like that, what could have been a forgettable moment turned into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. At this point, there was no turning back. The internet had chosen sides. And Trump? He was losing the battle. But the real question, was this the end of his meltdown, or was round two about to begin?
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
Well, they are. Well, because he thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him, because there's honor among thieves. There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized. And in that world, it's a little
This
hard.
wasn't just another Hollywood celebrity taking a cheap shot at Trump. Oh no, this one hit different, and here's why. First off, De Niro isn't just some actor chasing headlines. He's a true New Yorker who has seen Trump's game up close and personal for decades. The shady business deals, the over-the-top self-promotion, the endless cons, none of it surprises him. He's watched Trump manipulate and deceive people for years, and now, with a mic in hand, he's calling it out in a way only a real New Yorker can. Second, when a Hollywood icon speaks, people pay attention. This isn't some random internet comedian taking pot shots. This is Robert freaking De Niro, the man who has played some of the most fearless, no-nonsense characters in film history. And when he delivers a line, it's not just for show. He means it. And finally, he's not afraid. Trump has a habit of bullying and attacking anyone who dares to speak out against him, whether it's through petty insults, lawsuits, or online mobs. But De Niro, he doesn't flinch, he doesn't fold. He doesn't care about angry MAGA trolls or Trump's weak playground insults. He speaks his mind, loud and clear, without an ounce of fear.
Do you think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people and make them think? No, you think he's
No, I don't think so.
Why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them?
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it, and it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades. And he is a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous. We got to get rid of him.
Do you ever?
That's exactly why this moment hit like a freight train. This wasn't just another Hollywood cheap shot. This was a full-blown reckoning. First off, De Niro isn't some clueless celebrity throwing out random political takes. He's a New Yorker through and through. He's seen Trump's playbook for decades. The shady business deals, the endless self-promotion, the con man hustle. He's not fooled, and he's making sure no one else is either. Second, when a Hollywood powerhouse like De Niro speaks, people take notice. This isn't some late-night host cracking jokes. This is Robert freaking De Niro, the man who built his career playing powerful, commanding figures. And now, standing there, tearing into Trump with the same ferocity and raw intensity, it's not just another opinion. It's a statement, and most importantly, he's not afraid. Trump has a track record of shutting down critics, whether it's through lawsuits, insults, or online mobs. But De Niro? He doesn't flinch. Trump's usual scare tactics aren't working this time. His supporters are scrambling, his critics are cheering, and with every rage-fueled meltdown, Trump isn't shutting De Niro down. He's proving him right.
We're in a very bad situation. I remember you and I about 5-6 years ago talking. I'm down at the Spring Studios, something about, I said, what just happened, just happened. No, it didn't. It didn't happen. It's all about truth. And what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place.
One thing is crystal clear, this isn't over. Not for Trump, not for his die-hard supporters, and definitely not for the internet. De Niro just delivered a masterclass in calling out a bully. No filters, no hesitation, just straight up facts. And Trump, he did exactly what we all knew he would. Threw a tantrum, fired off weak, recycled insults, and instead of shutting down the moment, he made it even bigger. But let's be real, Trump never lets things go. So what's next? Another rally meltdown packed with rage-fueled rants? A desperate new nickname that backfires instantly? Meanwhile, MAGA fans are already in full panic mode, screaming for a boycott as if they somehow run Hollywood. Ban Goodfellas, they cry, as if that'll somehow erase De Niro's entire career. The truth, De Niro doesn't care, his fans don't care, and at this point Trump has bigger problems to worry about. But will he finally move on? Yeah, right. With every meltdown, every rant, every desperate attempt at a comeback, Trump is only proving De Niro was right all along. And this saga, it's far from over. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button and subscribe. More videos? Watch them right here.